I want us to talk about this thing. Conflict resolutions. When is enough enough? In any relationship, there's bound to be conflict. People who live in glass houses should not throw stones. In other words, if you cannot take it, don't dish it out. This saying helps us to say this. If you are a type of a person who is easily offended by people in what they say and what they do, don't do it. If you cannot handle offense from somebody, don't be quick at offending anybody. In other words, before you accuse someone of some wrong doing, make sure you are not guilty of the same wrong doing that you're accusing this person for, because your accusation will come and get you before you even know it. You see, people who throw stones at others don't know what they are doing, and it's very dangerous if you're in a glass house. And it is important that before you throw that stone, you look at yourself in the mirror. For example, if you talk too much, don't tell other people not to talk. You see, the psychologists have said that we are usually against the most of our biggest problem. The thing we are most against is our biggest problem. So watch out next time you see people shouting out there and trying to condemn others and telling people not to do things. They are the same people who do the very thing they tell other people not to do. In other words, one who is vulnerable to criticism regarding a certain issue should not criticize others. Before you talk about other people's homes, how is yours? You talk about children of another family. How are your children? You see, we talk about backgrounds of other people and how you cannot stand how people do certain things. Just remember you are there, not too distant past. And therefore we love throwing stones at people without caring to know about the glass house we are living in. There's a story in the Bible about a woman who was promiscuous. She was dirty. She was an adulterer. And she was caught red-handed. And the folks were about to stone her, to kill her, because that was bad. It was immoral. But as they were trying to take stones and throw at her, our master Jesus said, "Let him who is without sin throw the first stone." The woman was guilty. She committed adultery. She was caught. Of course, Jesus does not condone. He is not even refusing the fact that she has already committed a sin. But he is not quick to condemn her immediately, though. But he's telling them, anyone who has not done this, throw your first stone. Oh, I'm sure there are people who may have thought, who have said, oh, we've not done this. I've not been caught doing this act. Sometimes it's not even doing it. But even thinking about it, we commit these things in our heart. Oh, do you know what they did? They had to drop the stones they had. And my friend, when you see somebody throwing stones, and you know they are in glass houses, you better tell them to drop the rock. We need to drop the rock. And by the way, don't get me wrong. We are not condoning any sin or any wrongdoing. But I think sometimes we have some self-righteousness, and when we speak the loudest, we don't take time to look at ourselves. And I think the lesson we would get from this teaching of Jesus is just wonder what would Jesus do in a situation you are in? Have you ever seen that label? WWJD, what would Jesus do? How would he correct somebody? I'm glad that he is trying to communicate to these men who are about to stone this woman that we are all sinners. And there was room, for forgiveness for this woman. In fact, he tells her, go and sin no more. Because, of course, Christ has already paid for that price. Yes, God demands justice. Any wrongdoing demands justice. We all pay for the things we do. And we are glad that Jesus Christ died on the cross to pay the price of our wrongdoing, especially when we repent and when we see our mistakes, when we see our sins. But my friend, again, I hope you've never caught yourself, and I doubt that you have never caught yourself in throwing stone at somebody, and yet you're in a glass house. It's the same Jesus who say, why do you see the speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log in your own eye? So as you help your brother with a speck in his eyes, first deal with the plank in your own. And this is what we do. Correct somebody who is wrong with gentleness. Avoid self-righteous attitude. Because we are very good at finding specks. You see, for every one finger we point at someone, we need to point the 4 back at us. You all know that phrase. The other 4 are pointing at you. Somebody has said this: if we focus on self, we see nothing. If we focus on others, we see specks in their eyes. But when we focus on our Master, Jesus Christ, he helps us to see the logs in us. And the minute we realize how shortcoming we are humble enough to correct a brother or a sister with love and not having this self-righteous attitude like you came from heaven righteous. We need to learn from the master. Yes, wrong is wrong. Bad is bad. Kibaya ni kibaya. But when you throw that stone, make sure the next minute or the next day, people will not come and look at you and say, look who is speaking. Look who is condemning. For example, let's be practical. Do you drink? And I hear you saying, I hate drunkards. What's the difference? If you are a drunkard, don't go condemning other people, call them drunkards. Check yourself. Oh, your kid is not smart. Oh, did you see that boy, that girl? He's not smart. He can't pass an exam. I can't stand people who fail things. Even some of us, we look down on our kids. Oh, did I hear you failed that driving test? Is that a failure? Did I hear you condemn a child and you wonder where these children came from? Oh, can I look at your primary school, secondary school results? Oh, is it that place of work where you've been corrected many times and you're like, oh my goodness, what did I do? Maybe your spouse or your child had an accident. Something happened on the road. And you're so quick to ask, what were you thinking? What were you talking? Were you on the phone? What did you do? Have I not told you to be on the lookout? You are quick to throw stones without even caring and wondering what happened. Or just because you are the adult and you have the money and you caused an accident, it makes it right. Sometimes accidents are not necessarily caused by you. It could be the other person. But then you are here throwing stones. You're like you've come from a different planet, my friend. Oh, have you heard this? I speak to my national guys. Oh, I don't like Kenyans. I don't like being among Kenyans. Oh, I hate. I even don't like people know I'm. Who is speaking? You are one of them. We can see it. Even the way you talk, as much as you want to disguise your accent. What is wrong with being a Kenyan? And you say, I hate dealing with them? Have you forgotten your mother is a Kenyan? Your father? Your ID? Even when you have an American passport, open the first page. Born in Kenya. So come on. Let's be honest here. Don't throw stones when you're in a glass house. Oh, I hate racism in America. Racism is rampant here in America. Oh my goodness. What you are speaking? Are you not the same person back in Kenya who cannot speak to a Kikuyu or a Luo or a Kamba or a Kalenjin or a Luhia for that matter? Yeah, there is discrimination. I'm not saying there isn't. But see who is speaking. Are you not the same person who said, these kind of people, this person from this tribe, you can't face them? Kikuyu versus Luo, a Hutu versus Tutsi. What are we saying here? Watch what you say. It's going to bite you. When you know that the very thing you condemn, you talk against, are the very thing you're doing. Because it will get you. Oh, I hate people who are full of nonsense, make sure you don't find yourself offering nonsense stuff. I hate latecomers. Oh my goodness, I hate people who come late. Look at this party. People have not even showed up. Hello, what time did you report to work? What time do you go to church? What time do you wake up? Are you a naughty riser? Or are you a latecomer? What are you saying? Oh, I hate people who beg money. Every time, Harambe, Harambe, help me here. Watch out. It's just the other day you needed help. Oh, have you forgotten, my friend? Listen to yourself. Watch what you say. For those of us who've seen the light and we think that we know better, let me tell you this. You may have graduated or you may have evolved from one level to the other. You are better placed. You know how to dress well. You know where to buy the cologne and the perfume and all that. You know how to do makeup, to match clothes. Don't pretend that you've always been that way. Oh, do I need to remind you? It was just yesterday. You were in that situation, in that dark moment, like this person you're looking down on. You didn't have cologne. People talked about you too. And now that you know, you act like you were never there. Please show some decency. Take time. Don't throw stones. You know, today, you could be in a state of darkness. There are things you do not know. And tomorrow will come and you will realize how backwards you were yesterday. Because hear this. Today will be tomorrow's yesterday. Can I repeat? Today will be tomorrow's yesterday. You think you are at the top of the things? Come tomorrow, then you realize the little you knew. Have you heard this saying that little knowledge is dangerous? I've been to school pretty long, but I realize that the more you advance, the more you realize the little you know. So please, as you take that rock and you want to throw it to somebody, just chill and pause for a moment and wonder where you are. You are living in a glass house. Be careful what you do with it. People who live in glass houses should not live in glass houses anymore. Try to get out of it. And then you can throw those stones. If you can't take it, don't give it. If you cannot take the criticism, if you cannot take condemnation, if you cannot tolerate stones being thrown to you, don't give it. If you can't take it, don't give it. Don't dish it out if you cannot take it. What you don't want being said to you or about you, don't say it to other people. It's a golden rule, my friend. Don't condemn and run away so you don't get your share. There are those of us who like to throw dirt on other people. Character assassination. How bad this person is. What she or he doesn't do it. just pause for a moment. Get to a private place. Go to the bathroom and look at yourself. Before you throw those words, before you throw those stones, listen to yourself. What if people were to talk about you? And you cannot lie to yourself. You know yourself. You know your shortcomings. You know your limitations. If you can't take it, don't give it to someone. Don't dish it out if you cannot take it. So, my friend, drop those rocks. Drop them. Drop them. So, we all live in glass houses. Be careful to throw stones, throwing straw into other people. God bless you. And once again, my friend, don't dish it out if you cannot take it. I thank you.